Hello, my fellow academics. I'm so happy that you're here today. We are going to talk about how to build your own semester-proof business that you can run on 5 hours per week and how to do that in 30 days. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will jump right into all of the good things. Okay, so I've been able to build a business that is semester-proof on 5 hours per week, and I'm going to share how you can do the same thing as well. So what we're going to talk about in this quick lunch and learn section is how to use entrepreneurship as an impact project and what that actually means. We'll talk about strategic planning for academic entrepreneurs, semester-proof business principles. We'll walk through my WeCaught framework, as well as talk about a timeline/roadmap for building your own semester-proof business. And I'll share more about my semester-proof business course. So I saw that there was an article kind of recapping a survey that Nature did in 2021. And in the survey, they found that 37% of mid-career researchers were dissatisfied with their current position. And of that group, 24% were extremely dissatisfied with their opportunities for career advancement. And I actually feel like that's unfortunate because I love my job as an academic, and I know a lot of academics went into academia wanting to have job fulfillment, but really personal fulfillment is the thing that I think most people are missing when they're feeling dissatisfied with their academic career. So I actually do not subscribe to the academic culture that says, you know, academia has to be your whole life. You should be publishing, you should be teaching, you should be doing all the things, and you shouldn't have any interest outside of that. I do not subscribe to that at all. And I actually think that personal fulfillment is very, very important to enjoy your life and is a key for career fulfillment as well. So if you haven't met me yet, I am Dr. Toyin Alli. I have a PhD in math. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Georgia, and I have a business called the Academic Society where I help graduate students with time management and productivity. I'm also a business consultant for academics. I have a YouTube channel with over 12,000 subscribers, and in 2021, that was the first year that my business surpassed 6 figures. And I'm on track to surpass 150K in this year. And something that may seem super strange to you, I actually have hobbies outside of academia. I do kickboxing, I dance, I'm a YouTuber, I have a business, right? I actually have that fulfillment outside of academia that fuels the work that I do in my job. And so if you're here and you're watching this, it's likely because you are similar to me. You have this desire to make an impact outside of your department, outside of your university, right? Maybe you're not satisfied with the amount of people you're able to reach. Maybe you're not helping them in the ways you thought that you would help them. And you just have this burning desire to do something more, to create some additional impact. So I like to call this an impact project, right? Some project that you take on that's separate from your academic work. And you may feel the desire to create an impact project on your own or of your own if you kind of fall into one of these camps. So maybe you're a mentor and there's a topic that people just come to you to get help with. Or maybe you just really desire to help people who are on a similar path as you, people who are on their way to becoming the type of person that you are, being in the career that you're in, and you want to help them, and you want to kind of reach back and help them not make the mistakes that you did and have them create a more smooth path to their goal. Or maybe you kind of got this comment, you're very knowledgeable on a topic and people are like, you should write a book, right? People outside of your university just desire to learn from you. And that may be a way to know that you should create an impact project. Also, maybe you just have other interests, like you had other interests and hobbies before grad school, and then academia took over your life and you just forgot about all these other things that you're good at, that you love to do. And you just want to kind of go back to that, right? Maybe an impact project is the right place, the right thing for you to do in this time. Now, there are lots of ways that you can go about doing this impact project. Sorry, I had to sneeze. But in entrepreneurship is just one way, right? So why would you want to choose entrepreneurship over any other way to make an impact outside of your university. And there are many reasons that I chose the route of entrepreneurship, and you may want to see if any of these resonate with you. So sometimes in academia, even though I'm a mathematician, I'll say that the math isn't mathing. And what I mean by that is a couple of years ago, I was promoted. And with that promotion came a pay raise. And the difference in pay that I got then versus what I get now is $5,000. Now, that is fine. I'm not complaining about that pay bump. However, in my business, I offer a summer program for McNair scholars, and the McNair programs actually purchase the 6-week program for me for their students to, they purchase the program from me for their students to participate in. And per school, that program costs $5,000. So the salary increase that I get for a full year is $5,000, and I'm making multiple times that in my business. So that's what I mean by, the math isn't mathing sometimes in academia. And I think that's sometimes okay because I'm really not in academia for the money. I do it because I love my job and I love teaching and I love helping people understand math, right? But maybe that's not you. Maybe you want to teach less. So for me, I'm on a 10-month salary. So I don't get paid in the summer if I don't teach. And I was like, some summers I don't want to teach. And if I want to afford to live and survive in the summer without teaching, I either need to get way better at saving money or I need to make some more money. And so for me, I decided to make more money. Maybe you just want to go on more vacations, spend more time with your family, have quality experiences that you can remember forever. Or maybe you just simply want to have some extra cash so you can outsource things, get things off of your plate. For example, maybe you have people come clean your house. Maybe you order out to eat. Maybe you hire an accountant to do your taxes, right? Outsourcing can free up time and it can free up energy for you to actually spend time for yourself or maybe time doing your academic work. And so having additional income can help you with those outsourcing goals. And then finally, freedom of choice. This is like the biggest pro that I found in my entrepreneurship journey. So because my revenue for my business far surpasses my academic salary, I feel more freedom of choice in my academic work. So what I mean is, I don't have to have my academic job. I do it because I love it, right? So I get to choose how much I take on in my job. And so I stopped saying yes to all of the things that I didn't really enjoy doing and only said yes to the things that lit me up in my academic work. And if you read my essay, you know what happened. I focused and went all in on the courses I was teaching and trying to make those better. I ended up redesigning a course, distributing my materials to the whole department and creating a workbook. And because of all of that, me doing the thing that I love to do most in my academic work, I was recognized, I won teaching awards, and I was promoted a year early. So having that freedom of choice just really kind of changed my life and advanced my academic career. And that was all because of my business. However, just starting any business is not going to create this freedom that you want, right? Because if you're like me, you actually enjoy your work and you don't necessarily want to quit your job. And maybe you have goals of promotion or becoming a leader in your department or university, and you need to have time to dedicate to that. Also, maybe you've just dedicated so much time and energy to academia that you don't want to throw it all away, right? All of that hard work, it's not for nothing, right? You're here in academia for a reason. So you want to make sure that you're very strategic about the type of business that you start, right? You don't want something that is not going to play well with the academic calendar. So for example, like a brick and mortar business, having a physical location for your business, that has a lot of overhead, a lot of maintenance is required, and it's just a lot to take on as a full-time academic. So I wouldn't recommend starting that type of business if you want to stay in your academic role. Also, any type of fulfillment business, like, do you think you're going to have time to create a product, box it, and ship it whenever people order from you? I personally, like when I have a lot of grading on my plate, or I have a lot of responsibilities, annual evaluations are coming up, I don't have time to create, box, and ship items, right? So that's not a business that I would recommend. That's not the type that I teach in my course or in my consulting. Also, being a content creator or an influencer, I wouldn't recommend that either, because creating content that actually looks really good and is of high quality takes a lot of time and energy. And building up a lot of followers on social media doesn't necessarily correlate with building revenue. And so I fully support content marketing to support a different type of business. But just creating content for content's sake is not the type of business that I teach. So what do I teach? I teach academics to create a semester-proof business. Now, a semester-proof business is simply a knowledge-based business. So it's a business based on the information that you already have inside of your head. And as an academic, you got a lot of information in your head, right? So you don't have to learn anything new. You just use what you already learned to create this knowledge-based business. And the best part is that this type of business is going to remain consistently profitable no matter how busy your semester gets. So I teach academics how to use sales psychology as well as systems to have their business run on autopilot during the semester when they don't have time to do small, like little tasks every single week, right? And so this is what most people teach, right? What does it take to run an online business? Well, people always say you have to have a social media presence. You got to be on Instagram, on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, all of the places, right? You have to have some type of like long form content strategy where you either have a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel, and you have to do email marketing. And then you also have to, create a website, make all these sales pages, create your offer, create these funnels. And then there's just the day-to-day operations, answering emails, responding on social media, posting on social media, keeping up with all of the systems, the accounting. And then there's sales, right? The thing that brings money into your business. Now, you're probably looking at this list like, girl, this is a lot. You do this? No, I don't do all of this. Well, I don't do all of this well, right? As academic entrepreneurs, we don't have time to do all of these things well. Like sometimes I feel like putting this on social media. Sometimes I'll make a YouTube video, but I'm not doing that every week or even every month. So here's my proposition. So if you were to ask me, okay, Toyin, if you only had time to do one thing on this list, which thing would you choose? And make sure you choose the thing that would make the most impact for your customers and the most impact for your income, right? And if I want to help people, they have to be in my program. So I have to make sales. Sales is the thing that I will focus on. So if you're starting your business or you have your business and you're not focusing on sales, redirect your energy, right? You have to bring revenue into the business, and then you can outsource all the other things, right? So if you know you want to focus on sales, the question then becomes, how do I make sales without getting super overwhelmed by all of the things that was on that list? Well, don't do all the things that are on this list. Just focus here. And specifically, the thing that I help my clients with is funnels. So setting up an automated system that makes sales for you. So then really your business just becomes one task, getting people into your system. And that you can do on 5 hours per week. All right, so let's talk about it. So when I tried following all of the business advice that was online, like that whole list of things, I was posting on social media. I created a Facebook group. I made a website. I wrote blog posts. And what happened? I actually didn't have anything for sale. I was doing all of this work and had nothing for sale for over a year. And when I did decide to create something to sell, the transition to selling that was very difficult because I had trained and conditioned my audience to expect things from me for free. I do enough work for free in academia, right? So that transition to selling was very difficult. So it actually took me quite a while to make any kind of revenue in my business. In fact, it took me 2 years before I made any money. So here's like a 5-year snapshot of the revenue in my business, the Academic Society. So in 2017, when I started, I didn't have any offers. I didn't have anything to sell. So therefore I made $0. And then, I skipped one. And then in 2018, I did have something for sale, but no one bought it, right? And the reason no one bought what I had was because I didn't really understand what my ideal customer was looking for, what they wanted to learn from me, and I really didn't understand what they were willing to pay to learn from me. But I figured that out in 2019. I finally made my first bit of money. I was so proud of this $1,400 that I made. And I had figured out what my people wanted from me, and I figured out what they were willing to pay. And I just found the right offers, right? And then once I knew that, I hit rinse and repeat. 2020, 60K, yes. So this is when I started using systems and sales psychology, right? I already knew what they wanted. So now how do I get them to buy without like being super pressury and like sleazy salesman, right? Sales psychology was the thing that helped me. And I use systems to automate those sales as well, because I didn't have time to manually ask people to purchase my thing over and over and over again. I just set up systems to do it for me. And then finally, 2021, this is when I was like, yes, I am a semester-proof business owner, okay? All of the systems were flourishing. This is when I created my semester-proof business, and I had these aligned offers. These are the offers I stick with now. These are the ones that are tried and true that I know the people want. And it brought bigger revenue to my business. Now, it took me 5 years to get this right. But I do want to say there is good news. It doesn't have to take this long at all. In fact, it can just take 30 days, right? You can eliminate all of the mistakes that I made and focus on the strategic right things that academics actually have time for to do in their business. And so I've created a framework for you to help you skip all of those steps of like not making any money. It's a 30-day framework. I call it the WECOT framework. And really it's an order of operations, kind of like PEMDAS in math. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So the order that you would do your operations when you're solving algebraic expressions. Well, WECOT is the order that you'll do things in your business, whether you're just starting or you're refining and creating a semester-proof business. So WECOT stands for words, environment, content, outline, and tech. Okay, so let's break this down. What do I mean by the words, right? These are the words that you say out loud. These are the words that you write in emails. It's the words that you write in blog posts. If you're doing a live training like this, it's the words you say in this thing, right? So you want to say the right words that resonate with your audience. So they're like, oh my gosh, Toyin knows me. She like knows my life. So I know that she has a solution for me, right? You want your customers, your ideal customers, to think that about you. So the way I teach this, to find the words, you could kind of guess the words. I recommend just interview a couple of people and ask them like, what is their problem? Describe it to me. And what would a perfect solution look like? It's literally that easy to get their words to use in your marketing materials. Next is the environment. So really like setting up the environment, understanding where your people are when they need what you offer them, right? Understanding your positioning and understanding what your customer is experiencing so that you can provide a solution for them right then and there. Then we got our content. So I don't create content every day. I don't even create content every week. Instead, I create this hero content, this evergreen content that lives on forever. And so this content does the work of attracting my audience to me. So I don't have to go out and find them every day, right? Again, cutting time. Like I have a YouTube video, so content doesn't have to look like a video, right? It could be an essay, it could be a workshop, it could be a podcast, right? But I have a YouTube video that literally gets 1,000 views every single month. And I think I posted like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. It's still working for me all these years later, right? This is true hero content. And so this is what I teach academics to create inside of my semester proof business course. All right, so after we got the content, then it's time to like figure out how do all the puzzle pieces go together? Let's outline the customer journey. So we want to figure out, how are these people going from never heard of you to being like, oh my goodness, you have the solution, let me purchase your thing, right? So we need to outline that whole journey. And then finally, put the pieces together with tech, right? We use the tech to create the system, right? So we want people to go through the journey automatically, right? And so I recommend a $9 tech stack in my course. And I show like how to set it all up. And it's super easy. You can do this like literally in less than a day, but I give you time to do it. All right, so how much time does this take? It says 30 days. Let's walk through the days. Days 1 through 3, this is the days that you figure out what words to use and the environment that your people are in. It doesn't take more than a day to get these interviews done, but I'm giving you 3 days to do it. All right, then in between the W and the E, this is a great time to kind of refine your offer if you already have one, or create a new one. And I actually walk through how to create a new offer in 3 days in my semester proof business course. And I teach it using an Easy Yes live class. So no matter what your offer is, whether it's a book or a class or a course or a template, I actually recommend teaching it live first and get those easy yes people in there and then refine it later. So that's what you'll be doing on days 4 through 7. Then we work on the content, right? Creating that hero and evergreen content. We'll do that on days 8 through 25. This is the longest part. It takes time to get all of this stuff created. So take the time, figure out how to use the words in step 1 into the content that you create. And then finally, once you have that, that's all the pieces you need to put together the outline. So you're going to outline your customer's journey. We'll give you a day to do that. It probably takes you 10 minutes. And then you connect all the pieces with the tech. And you may need support there, maybe not. I try to choose tech that is super easy to work with, a lot of support and customer service. But yeah, you can set up your whole semester proof business within 30 days. Now, one thing that I do want to say is there is a big difference between business projects and business operations. And I think this is the place where a lot of academics get stuck in the weeds. So they get stuck in the setup and the planning and like trying to create a website, but you don't even have to have a website, but they're stuck trying to create a website. They're stuck creating their social media presence. They're stuck doing this and that. And they're working on these big projects. But the problem with projects, they don't directly result in revenue in the business. So my WeCaught framework, that's the setup, right? That's a big project, right? This is what you'll do for the first 30 days. But after it's set up, you don't have to do anything else with it. Then you move into the operations portion. So this is what you're doing weekly, right? These are your business operations. And once you have the whole WeCaught framework set up, your business operations boil down to one task. Literally, there's only one thing you have to do in your business, and that is attracting your ideal customer to your automated funnel, your automated sales machine. That's it. Like, how can we get more people in there? How can we get more people in there? And that is what takes 5 hours per week. So that is what you'll be working on during the week. And I typically do this like if I have office hours and no students come, this is time that I've set aside to not do any work, right? So might as well spend 30 minutes to an hour attracting people to my funnel. Sometimes when I am giving a test, I'll like brainstorm some things that I want to do for my business. On my non-teaching days, so I don't teach on Thursdays this semester, I'm filming this video, right? I'm doing this class. This is when I work on my business on my non-teaching days, and I save my projects to the weekends. All right, so I teach the whole WeCaught framework the 30-day build your semester proof business thing is in my semester proof business course. So this is a course that is designed to help you build your own semester proof business with an automated sales funnel that's going to make regular sales for you even during a busy semester. So the thing I love about my semester proof business is I'll get alerts on my phone. Well, not alerts, I'll get emails and I'll see, oh, so-and-so has purchased my offer. Yes, I don't even know how they got there. They got in one of my funnels, like my automated sales system, and it worked. It did the selling for me. And so I regularly get emails, multiple emails per week, saying that someone purchased something from me, even if I haven't even done actual work on my business that week. That is the beauty of a semester-proof business. So once you have everything set up, it runs for you on your own. All right, so the semester-proof business course, there are 9 major lessons inside here that walk you through the week hot framework. And then I'll share a few extra details, but there's the 9 video lectures or video lessons plus like workbooks. So you have like worksheets to kind of fill out the pieces that you need and plan your own semester proof business. Also, you need a business plan. So I've created a business plan dashboard template for you inside of Notion. So Notion is free to use if you don't already have Notion. So you can just copy this, duplicate it into your own Notion dashboard, or you can just use what's here and create your own system. But this will be like your business hub to keep all of your business operations organized. And so this is included inside of the Semester Proof Business course. Also, I'm not going to leave you hanging and just like take this course and like hope it works. I offer live implementation classes to everyone enrolled in the Semester Proof Business course. So it says quarterly here. Right now I'm doing them monthly. So the next one is in February and the next one will be in March and so on and so on. But I will for sure do at least 1 or 2 quarterly. And in there, this is where you implement. So you can ask me questions you have, and we can kind of like build out your funnels and like help you wherever you're getting stuck. It's also like a time for like coaching and consulting as well, just to like help you through the journey of creating your own semester proof business. So the semester proof business course, the full price of the course is $297. And in there, you get all of the video lessons, the worksheets. There's also like email templates, content ideas, the live class, the Notion template, all the things. Also tech tutorials. So I'll give you more than one option for how to set up your system inside of the semester proof business course. However, thank you for watching. You get to join the semester proof business course for $100 off. So if you're interested and you feel like this is the right fit for you, I would recommend checking this out. You can learn more about it on my website at drtoyinalli.com/course. And so I hope that this was helpful for you so that you can see how you can start making a little additional income, but also really start creating that impact outside of your academic work. That's really been the most fulfilling part for me for having my business, is helping all of these grad students and helping these academic entrepreneurs and like really making a lasting change beyond just teaching in the math classroom. So definitely check out my website. I'll put a link for it here. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or leave them below. All right, have a good day. Bye.